Hi there, guys, and welcome to a Dash of Sports, the Premier League show. I know, it's been a long time since I've been up on the streams and all of that. But when it comes to the North London derby, I've got to make an appearance. I've got to make my comeback, and no other time to make a comeback with a game so important to both Arsenal and Tottenham for the Champions League. But I couldn't chop this up on my own. I had to bring on my special guest, and as per usual, if you watch the Dash of Sports Premier League show, when it comes to the North London derby, there's only one person I can bring on. And let me bring him onto the show right now so you can see who it is. It
Yeah,
is
what's happening,
Mr.
people?
Patrick Tyrant.
AKA Young Swaggy Daniels. When you see the T, see the P. When you see the P, and it represents T. Let's go. So
Let's
business,
go.
business end of the
Hey,
season, baby. That's why I'm suited and booted. It's business end. It means more. Do you know what I mean? Look at that. The Italian cut suit and that pocket
the
square.
thing about it is, obviously, like, listen, let's not pretend that when you come with this, we set everything up. So as soon as I've added him to the stream, I'm like, what is going on here? He's he's suited and booted. What's good? What's good, my bro?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling good, man. I mean, this is such a huge game, man. It's mad. Wow, De Bruyne hat trick. De Bruyne, Man City 3, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. De Bruyne hat
Just
trick.
quick, Pat, do me a
Yeah,
favor. Just run through the games at the moment. So, like, in terms of importance to, I think, the Chelsea game.
you got Chelsea.
And yeah,
Chelsea are playing Leeds United. Second half's just started. It's 1-0 to Chelsea. They're away from home. 48 minutes on the clock. Leeds United capitulating yet again. They've had a man sent off. That man is Dan James. Reckless tackle. He went over the ball and he took out Kovacic. Really bad tackle. Kovacic wasn't faking it. Kovacic has now come off injured. Real nasty leg breaker type of tackle. Definitely deserved a red. In real time, I was thinking, wow, that's a bit harsh. The referee did a bit too much. Dan James was hanging around thinking that possibly VAR could go and overturn it. When you look at it in slow motion and the replays, it's worse every time you see it. Definite red card. So they're down to 10 men and they're up against it yet again. Doesn't look like there's any way back for Leeds United at the moment. Leicester City 0, Norwich City 0 at half-time. Leicester at home. Watford 0, Everton 0. Watford at home 0-0 at half-time. And Wolves 1, Man City 3. It was 1-1 at one point. Man City took an early lead. Wolves pulled it back. A then Donker goal. And since then, Kevin De Bruyne has gone on a rampage. He scored the second goal in the 16th minute, the third goal in the 24th minute. And we're only 27 minutes on the clock.
yeah.
So De Bruyne a half 30-minute hat trick. Crazy halftime hat trick.
They're not letting up, mate. They're angry. That Champions League defeat and
it looks like they have to win something, boys.
Yeah.
So, you know, that quad talk has really pissed them off. So
100%.
yeah, it's mad. But yeah, forget all of that. Let's
yeah,
go.
appreciate it. No, that was just a little filler because as I was looking down at my laptop, it was blinking. I was like, oh, I didn't plug in the plug. So I appreciate that.
Right. Yeah, so now just did a quick recap.
Anyway, enough of the pleasantries.
That's
I
it.
don't even want to introduce you no more. Right now, it's a rival talk. It's beef talk right now. Yeah, we're here. North London derby, Spurs versus Arsenal. And I don't think in our time of supporting Arsenal or anything like that, this has been pretty much without any major trophy being on the line or anything like this. This is probably the most important or the most
definitely. It's the biggest North London derby I can think of in a long time. I don't recall a game with this much. I know we played each other in the cups now and again. I don't think we've ever met in a cup final. So this is huge because
semi-finals, obviously,
exactly.
But we were young bucks them days.
This is essentially a fourth place playoff. It's so mad how tight it is. Yeah, you guys have got a bit of an advantage on us in the points gap. You're 4 points ahead. So it's essentially a 2-game swing. We have the better goal difference, but we need to, basically put it this way. If we lose tomorrow, top four's over.
100%. So for those that don't know, Arsenal just need to win, and then that is it. Basically, Champions League. How are you feeling going into the game? Because I can't lie to you, man. I'm nervous.
I feel confident that we'll win the game, but I feel as we get closer to the game, then I'm going to get nervous. I haven't really stopped to think about it too much. I've been quite busy today, and over the last couple of days, I've jumped on so many streams. So I've been quite busy. So I've not really had the time to really sit back and digest it and think about it. But of course, like any game, as it leads up, you get nervous. And this game, I hate North London derbies because there's so much riding on them. And, you know, if you lose to Leeds or Leicester or Aston Villa, and there's a few fans on social media that might come for me because of what I do, but realistically, it doesn't matter. There's no one I can. It doesn't. If I lose to Arsenal, I'm finished. There's Brazilian
It's
fans. They
likewise.
pop up
It's
all over. Do
likewise.
you know what I mean? I live. Obviously, people that don't know. I live in Tottenham. I live 15 minutes from the stadium. Tottenham is a ends where it's Arsenal and Tottenham. It's half and half. A lot of my friends are Arsenal fans, as Dash knows. A lot of his friends are Tottenham fans, so we come for each other in these games. So it means so much, man. And
I was about to ask you as well. What's the overriding feel around Tottenham? Because I saw on your, if no one's seen on Patrick's socials, make sure you go and check him out on his socials, Twitter, Instagram. He was with the AFTV lot. He was with the Expressions. He managed to get to see like what was going on there. So what was the overall feeling around the ground?
Yeah, everyone feels, the Tottenham fans feel confident. We're nervous, of course. Like no one can ever lie. Even like as we know, so North London derby form goes out the window. If we were first, you guys were 17th, or vice versa. Anything can happen in the North London derby, but there's nerves because it means so much to both teams. It probably means more to us because we have to win the game and we're at home. You guys can get a draw. Don't get me wrong. Of course, I know you want to win the game, but even if you get a draw, that's a brilliant result for you because you still keep the gap at 4 points with only 2 games left. So you still keep us at arm's length with 2 games that realistically you lot should win. So we need to win the game, but there's a lot of confidence. A lot of us believe that we will win the game. And that's just because of the strength of our form in the games going up to it, and of course the fact how good we are at home in these North London derbies. You tend to have it 2 ways. Arsenal usually win their games at their home. We usually win our games at our home. So it's quite, of course the games aren't always cut and dry. They might be 2-1s, 3-2s, whatever. But typically the home side has the advantage going into these games. Chelsea just scored another goal. Pulisic, nice finish into the bottom corner.
They're home dry now.
Leeds,
would you say, for those that are non-Arsenal Spurs fans, would you say that this is the biggest derby in the Premier League? Another way I can put it as well, is it the biggest derby game this season?
I would say it's the best derby in the Premier League. It probably wouldn't be the biggest because the Man United and Liverpool derby, because they're not technically rivals like that, but they become rivals historically, is bigger because of the fan bases globally for those 2 teams. But if you're looking at in terms of real derbies, genuine derbies with a real bite and a real local derbies, authentic derbies that have been built up from the ground up with rival fans. You might have a family where some of your fans are members of Tottenham fans, some of them are Arsenal fans. You go to school, half the class is Tottenham, half the class is Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? This is a real derby, and we both live local. We're all like from Tottenham, Edmonton, King's Cross, Islington, whatever. It's all local boroughs, Hackney, Enfield, and this is a real derby. And the teams, funny enough, have been really tight like over the last couple of years. There's not been much in it. Tottenham might have finished above Arsenal above Tottenham, but it's always been tight. And this one's as tight as it can get. So these derbies for me are the best. They mean a lot more than some of the fake manufactured derbies. The Everton, the Merseyside derby's been crap for a while.
That one is a buddy.
Yeah, the golfing class between the 2 teams isn't really there. Yeah, you got Tottenham, Chelsea, Arsenal, West Ham, Tottenham, West Ham. But this game means more. It's a real derby. And like I said, I mean, going into it, you can't get any tighter, can you, really? Both teams are fighting for that final place. There's so much riding on this one. So, yeah, man, it's crazy.
There's a question here. A big up Bandicoot. Appreciate it being live with us right now. Do you not think Arsenal are in better form than Spurs currently?
No, they're not actually. And this is the narrative that I try and spin you, like not you, but the media. Going into the last 10 games, Arsenal have won 6, drawn 0, lost 4. Tottenham have won 6, drawn 2, lost 2. So we're actually in better form. So, we've picked up 23 points. They picked up 21. I even looked at it. The last 11 games, we've won 7, drawn 2, lost 2. You've won 7, drawn 0, lost 4. So even if you go back a bit more, we're in better form. We've scored 25 goals. You scored 15 goals. We've conceded 8 goals. You've conceded 13 goals. We've had 4 clean sheets in those last 10 games. You've had 2 clean sheets. So we're definitely in better form in all aspects of it. But
It's a bit. Sorry to cut you off. It's a bit of a weird one because I was like the what Bandicoot's put up here. I think he's going off the fact that Arsenal beat Chelsea and Manchester United. But as an Arsenal fan, I think that's a bit of a false. It's a bit of a false narrative, Chelsea pretty much in a situation where they're not playing for much. Man United, we already know Man U. they're pretty much they're out of it. So for Arsenal, obviously going into those games,
it's a good question, and yeah, of course you've beaten some big scalps in there. I get it, but I did 10 and 11 games because that's a good sample size. That's a good sample size. Going back 10 and 11 games, you get a real feel, and we are definitely in better form. More clean sheets, more goals scored, and more importantly, more points on the board. But of course, you guys have had a bit of a buffer, so that's where you are. But I got to give you credit. I mean, you've beat West Ham, you've beat Man United, you beat Chelsea. These are games that I didn't expect you to get 9 points out of those tough 3 games back to back to back.
And then the previous 3 games to that, if only we got those points, or at least one of the points,
then you'd be clear right now. Like
clear. So it's a bit mad because I think in the context, because I wanted to ask a question in terms of like, how did we get here? How and I'm talking about both teams, like to the point where we're pretty much going into the last games of the season where we're fighting for top 4. And as you said, you've been in good form. We've been in somewhat decent
as well. I think it's a good question, but I think both teams have to have some respect and credit given to them, because the narrative again is that both teams are sloppy and stumbling. And yeah, some of the performances haven't been that great from you guys, but at the end of the day, business end, you're getting results. And like I said, last 10 games you've won 6. Last 10 games we've won 6. The 4th for all to see. So we are quite neck and neck, and we've got here because both teams are getting results and getting points. Looks like Chelsea are on their way to a win today. So regarding third, possibly catching them might be a bit difficult now. But they stumbled. They've been in bad form, but no one's really spoke about it. But yeah, it's crazy. We both got here because, again, you spoke about games you should have won. We've also had games we should have won. Dropping points to Brentford, even if they are in good form themselves, that's a team you should be beating, especially at this stage of the season. Losing at home to Brighton was a shocker. That's a really bad game. And again, we weren't good in that game. No shots on target. But at least if you're not going to beat the team, you do not lose in the 90th minute. Shocking performance. Just up and down, because again, no one would expect us to go to Liverpool. I thought we would get a result, but obviously most people wouldn't have given us anything in that. So we're picking up results in games no one gave us a chance, and then dropping points in games where we should get something out of. And it's the same for you guys.
Same for us as well. That's what it's literally been like. And it's man, like even for myself, like Arsenal, you know my stance on Arsenal during this season. I've always said at the beginning of the season, like, I want Arsenal to be competing. That was even just good enough for me, just competing for the top 4 and see how it goes. At least you can come out of this season and be like, look, this is where we need to be, competing for top 4. Now that we are essentially 90 minutes away from securing Champions League football, it is literally like heart and mouth situation. Going into this match, I'm just like, man, I'm nervous. I don't know what's going on. If we just move on to Kante versus Mikhail Arteta, who do you reckon is going to have the edge?
If you look at it and just like not being biased and just looking at, I mean, the fact that we're at home, we should have a bit of an advantage there. The home, I mean, I'm a season ticket holder for the guys that don't know or don't follow me yet or haven't seen me before. And I've been getting emails all day about, Tottenham fans, make sure you do this tomorrow. Make sure you do that. We're going to have this. I'm in the South stand, which is the home stand with you basically no boardings and no hoardings and just like the 25,000. people in it, and they're allegedly giving us all flags and things to wave. They're going to have banners
Oh,
up.
so you lot are going in.
Yeah,
They're
they're
going,
gonna
the
make it
atmosphere is going to be
hostile. Yeah, the
electric.
atmosphere is gonna be mental. I'm seeing, obviously, a lot of Spurs fans follow me on Twitter and they're sending me stuff. Make sure you stand up for the whole game. Don't bring your phone out. Don't eat. They're all this shit. They're literally giving you a handbook of what to do and don't, the do's and don'ts. So the fans are going to be really up for it. Of course they are. First, it's crazy how like everything is like it's like a fairy tale story for both teams. We go into the first real North London derby. Last year we only were allowed 2,000 fans in there. So this is the first real home game with fans from both. First time Arsenal fans would have got to come to the stadium as well for North London derby. In terms of the managers, Kante, I would probably give him the edge because he's been in these type of situations before, managing, big teams in big moments over where Mikhail, this is probably his first, I know he's in his third season, but this is probably one of the biggest. Yeah, he hasn't been in a season where he's had this much riding on it, has he? One game.
Nah,
not like I know it's not, he's won a trophy, so, but this is a league. He's done really well to get you guys here. He's managed a lot. A lot of people questioned his tactics.
What is your honest opinion on Arteta? Like, let's.
He's exceeded my expectations, definitely. I still have reservations about the guy, but from what I've seen him manage, in terms of your squad, like you have a good 11, but definitely there's gaps in your squad, just like our squad or most squads really. But for him to manage and get the best out of Nketiah, bring El Neni in, bring Holding in, guys that we all know are nowhere near good enough to be at a top club, and he's actually getting results with these guys, I've got to give him credit for that. Do you know what I mean? He's done really well. He's got rid of the bad apples or rotten eggs and all of that stuff. People question his man management skills or style, but to be fair, if he gets you top 4 or even finishes in the top 6, considering you finish 8th and 8th, you can't really question the guy. He's definitely not overachieved, because Arsenal are a big club and they should be finishing in these positions. But then at the same time, I'm not going to be one of these guys that says, "Oh, Arsenal should be finishing in the top 4. Arsenal should be finishing 6."
No, we don't have no divine right for anything.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. And when you look at the clubs like Leicester getting better, West Ham getting better, Wolves getting better, Newcastle about to splash the cash, there's always teams, Brentford come in and had a good season. There's always teams that are, the quality of the league has definitely stepped up. So none of us, Man United's, your Tottenham's, your Arsenal's, even Chelsea, none of us have a divine right to finish where we, in the top 6. You've got to perform, and he's performed, man. I've got to call a spade a spade. He's done very well.
Would you say, in regards to Kante, and this is obviously me looking from the outward, would you say that he should be doing better with the squad he's got right now, or how do you see like what he's done so far this season?
No, man, I think Conte's done a fantastic job, and I think he's rinsing this. I think, like Arteta, they're squeezing the juice out of everything we've got. Like, I mean, it's one of them ones. Like, you look at the Tottenham squad, and there's good players in there, but Tottenham team, I wouldn't say squad, but he's definitely, right back. He was getting the best out of Doherty before he got injured. Emerson Royale is nowhere near good enough, and even he's coming in and doing a decent job. We've had problems in the midfield. He had to get rid of Ndombele, Dele Alli, Lo Celso, brought in 2 lone players in Kulusevski and Bentancur. They've come in and hit the ground running. He's had to go to a back 5, play, Ben Davis at LCB when he was essentially a left back to begin with. We've had injuries on the left back side and the right back side. The front 3, he dropped Lucas Moura, brought in Kulusevski. So Conte's not, this Tottenham team isn't really a talented squad, but there's very good players in there. He's definitely getting the best out of them, 100%. He's set up a way to go and nullify the bigger teams, but also get points against smaller teams. We still have problems breaking down a really resolute low block. So that's something he's going to have to work on. But I would definitely say he's done a very good job. Hence why we are where we are right now. When he come in, there was a lot of doubt and adversity. He had to change the style. He had to change the philosophy, the identity of the team, the mentality of the team as well. Nuno, I don't know, there was no plan there. I think he's done very well, man. And it will be a shame if we miss out on top 4. But for me, it's not really, top 4 means nothing if the team's not backed in the summer. There's no point getting top 4, because the misconception or the narrative that a lot of Spurs fans have is, we need top 4 not even Spurs fans. I think Spurs fans know it's the media. Conte needs top four to attract players and da 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 da. We had top four Champions League 4 years in a row, and other than Ndombele, Lo Celso, in the last year, we never brought in no big names or proven players. It was always bums and youngsters and people that we were trying to get like cheap
guys,
and
guys that you like though.
yeah. I liked Ndombele and I liked the Celso. I thought they was obviously like the Ndombele coming in, fantastic player in Lyon, did amazing in the Champions League. The Celso looked good, but they flopped. They weren't. They didn't.
Premier
But
League is very,
this
very
is
tough.
this is the gamble. But those signings excited me, and we showed ambition, spent 40 million, 50 million, whatever. But when you look at the other players we brought in, it wasn't even those guys. I'm more thinking of your Llorentes, your Victor Janssens, your like just cheap buys and cheap
Brian, what's that? Brian Hill?
Brian Gill, I still got to give him a bit of time, but yeah, again, Brian Gill, Jack Clark from Leeds United, like makes no sense. Why are we, what's his name, the speedy, the pacey winger that you lot always used to diss me about, the Nakudu, all these kind of guys, like. What are we doing, man? We was a Champions League team.
Say it properly. The pacey winger that you used to.
The pacey winger that you lot used to do. So I'm just like, the misconception that having Champions League is going to make Spurs attract. No, it's whether we've got Conte, we've got Kane, we've got Son, we've got some top players in that squad. It's whether you say, yeah, come here. This is what we've done with Conte here for only 6 months. We're going to spend, invest, and we go again. Then you can attract the caliber of players as long as you're willing to pay their wage. So it's just whether people will buy into that. But for me, I'm kind of going around in a tangent, but it's whether Daniel Levy will back Conte. That is it. Regardless if you're in the Champions League or not. No more excuses, no more penny pinching. Pay the squad pay the players the wages that they deserve and back the team, get the quality in so we can actually go again next season with a Conte team.
This is a good segue because I was gonna lead on in regards to the Champions League itself, because this is literally like the shootout for the Champions League. For both teams, and you've just alluded to it a little bit, that the importance of getting into the Champions League with the current squads that we've got right now, we probably feel not that comfortable to be in the Champions League. But how important is it for, you can speak on Spurs, how important is it for Spurs to make the Champions League?
I would say it's a weird one because I feel it's important for the likes of Conte and Harry Kane but more for the outside noise. So people stop saying, "Oh, Harry Kane's too good to not play playing Champions League football," which I agree with. Heung-min Son, Conte, a massive coach, does he? But
I think both players, man.
Yeah, of course. Both players are way too good to not be playing. But it's not that. It's more like I don't want us to get Champions League football and then just say, "Oh, okay, we got Champions League football. The squad is good or it doesn't need to be upgraded," because that mentality that we had, and I know that the people will turn around and say, "Oh, you was in the middle of buying a stadium and there was no money," but that mentality of not strengthening the squad for 18 months really come back to bite us in the arse. So you make Champions League football, you make a Champions League, you qualify for Champions League football by finishing the top four. You still need to strengthen. You don't just get there like, okay, cool, we got here, so we are good enough, and then you go again. You'll get, the team's not good enough. And with all due respect, I'm saying that with Arsenal as well. If Arsenal get Champions League football and don't strengthen, no way are you not going to do anything in there.
100%.
No point just qualifying for it, and then you qualify with an aim to get better and go again. So, of course, you're linked to Gabriel Jesus, you're linked to Osimhen, you're linked to possibly Tielemans, guys that will definitely add quality to your team. So both,
I think for Arsenal, it's just literally the difference between getting those quality players to be, to come into the mix with the quality youngsters that we have. Like you want the youngsters to be learning off other quality players. And this is the gap that we have now. It's like, we've got the talent there, but it's not a case where they're the best guys there. We need better players. So that the ceiling for these players that we have, like your Sakas, your Emil Smith-Rowe, your Martinellis, it's very high in it. But it can only reach that level if they're playing amongst other quality players.
That's it.
I feel like if to miss out on that, it would just be like the opportune moment to really, hit the iron while it's hot.
Both teams, and that's a great point because I feel both teams are in a position now because let's be honest, Man United shagged. Like none of us, because there was a question in here about, do I feel this is a good season for Spurs, and where did I predict us to finish? Which is a good question. I predicted Tottenham to finish between 5th and 7th. I didn't see any higher than that. We finished 6th the year before last. We finished 7th last year. My thesis or theory was that Chelsea won the Champions League last year. Tuchel just came in. They got to FA Cup final. They strengthened. They brought in Lukaku. Was
we all thought that they was going to go for the league.
So I thought they was genuine. I actually predicted them to finish first. Then it was a toss-up between Man City and Liverpool. I couldn't make out who was going to finish above each other. Both knew they'd be super strong. So I said City second, Liverpool third. Then I had Man United comfortably finishing 4th, considering they finished second last year. And they got Ronaldo, Varane, and Sancho. I was like, Jesus, they actually strengthened.
Once they got Ronaldo, it was almost like, okay,
they're contenders. Yeah, exactly. So there's no way I had Tottenham or Arsenal finishing in the top 4. No way. I was thinking we'd be lucky if we finished 5th or 6th. Like, that would be a good season for me. So the fact that we both can finish 4th, I'll be gutted if we don't get it, because like you said, it's a fantastic opportunity considering other variables.
Yeah,
other teams have messed up, but you still got to, both of us could have been comfortably 4th right now if we would have taken our chances. So that's what even kills it even more.
But listen, if you was given the opportunity, like in Arsenal situation, you're told you've got like a one-off game. I'd say one-off game, but you got a game to play, 90 minutes, and at the end of it, you get the Champions League. I'm sure from the position that we was in and the position that many laughed at me when I was saying, you all laughed at me, but many people that laughed at me when I was saying that, we want to get top 4. I feel like we need to be pushing for top 4.
It was inconceivable for me. I can't lie. I laughed at Jason as well. Jason said that they would finish 5th or 6th. He said between 4th and 6th, actually. Sorry. So he even actually went bold. He said between, and I was like, no chance. Like, you finish 8th and 8th. How are you finishing 4th to 6th? Fair play to him. I mean, sometimes people just have blind faith. Sometimes people actually have a logical reasoning behind it. I don't know.
Well, yours is more the fact that you hate Arsenal. So
no. I was like, you finish 8th and 8th, and teams are strengthened. Like, there's definitely reasoning behind it. You know what I mean? Because I didn't have. It's not like I never imagined Tottenham could finish 4th. I had us finishing 5th to 7th at best.
Yeah. To be fair, the Nuno dark days was.
Yeah. Remember, I was never, and you'll know firsthand. I never wanted Nuno in. Obviously, he was here. I said I'd back him. Even there was a tweet someone pulled up 2-3 years ago, and you lot were linked to him, and I was like, Nuno's a dead manager.
What did I tell you? I was like, no.
Leicester beating Norwich 2-0. Vardy scored 2 goals, 62 minutes in. I know Norwich are down and out anyway. That result doesn't matter anyway.
And imagine that's a game I'm looking at the end of the season. It's just like that is a rubber buffer for you guys.
Yeah. Norwich, they might as well they're just pulling their pants down already, man.
So just going back to the importance of this game, like, you mentioned earlier on, Arsenal go into this game, possibly if it's a draw, it's still kind of decent for Arsenal.
No, it's very good. Like, it's not decent, it's good because you still keep a 4-point gap buffer with only 6 points left to play. Like,
but then the games after that, and I know that it's not about looking past this game, but I'm just thinking to myself, the games after that, I feel like they're more favorable for you guys than us. We got Newcastle away, and Everton at home, who could be fighting for their lives as well.
Yeah, exactly. But it's both, like you said, none of us can look past tomorrow, because if
that's what I was going to say. So is it literally kind of an all or nothing situation tomorrow?
Yeah, 100%. Funny enough, exactly the name of your show and our show previously, all or nothing. Literally, everything has to be left on that pitch tomorrow. I feel personally the only reason why we wouldn't win this game is if we do something stupid like what Leeds have done and get a man sent off. I know the emotions are going to be high. You might not even be able to hear yourself think. It's going to be mad. There's going to be some crunching tackles. As long as either team, it actually goes for you guys as well. As long as someone doesn't do something stupid and get sent off early, then the game is definitely in the balance for either team. If someone does something crazy, a Xhaka, a Romero, someone elbows someone off the ball or does something stupid and they get pulled up for it, that will be a massive. And these things happen in derbies and crunch games when the pressure's
100%.
on and the emotions are riding high. You don't know anything. Anyone can do anything. Do you know what I mean? Kane could fly in for a tackle after a loose touch. We see that all the time. Someone has a loose touch. They try and retrieve the ball in a big game. They go over the top.
Then boom, red card.
Yeah, exactly. So Yeah, it's a bit mad. So you just don't know how the games are gonna go, innit? I've seen so many threads from fans of both teams saying, "Oh, this is gonna happen and that's gonna happen, and tactically this and that," but you just don't know, man.
How
You just
how
don't know.
how like obviously off the back of Liverpool game, there was a lot of criticism, and which I really, really, and this is coming from an Arsenal fan, I'm
Yeah.
back in Spurs here. I didn't understand um why Spurs were getting so much heat in regards to how they approached the game at Anfield. So off the back of that, how do you think they're going to approach the game against Arsenal?
I think we will come out. It will be. I think it will be almost like a sparring match for the first 10 minutes. We'll both try and see how the other team's going to approach it. We know you guys. If you win the game, it's over. But I don't think you guys will go gung ho. You're not going to literally play into our hands where we can counter or get you on a transition. So I think you guys will set up quite with a low. And also, we'll fill you lot out and see what you're about to do. Are you going to try and take the game, play through us, and play possession football? So to be honest, I don't know. I think first goal is crucial. If you guys get a 1 goal lead, then you can literally just bank in 2 blocks of 4 and just protect that. Because
I
even
think
if
we've
we,
got quality players though for
yeah,
being at home. It will be quite difficult to try and defend the lead
it would
like
be
that with the
it would be
crowd.
very difficult to defend the lead like that. But essentially, we would then need 2 goals because even if
Mm,
it becomes 1-1, you're still in the driving seat. So
yeah.
it becomes really difficult.
Would you not play five at the back against us?
Yeah, we always will do. We always play
Yeah.
5 at the back. That is our set system. We always play a 5-2-3 now. That is literally how we play. Young will push up, so he essentially become an extra winger. What is it? Not Romero, sorry. Royale doesn't have the quality to really push forward on that
Chicken.
side. I know he does, but he doesn't have the delivery and the ball and the quality to do that. So we offset it with Young high up. Romero will come and try and play through the lines and dribble the ball up. He is like a ball playing centre back. He does try and push the ball forward. And then obviously you've got someone like Bentancur that can get on the ball and try and play through the lines. Kulusevski's live and direct. He'll get at the ball and run at people. Kane will drop deep, try and find some pockets of space. I think you guys will man mark Kane though. You're not stupid. You know what we're gonna do. But I think you'll have someone
Yeah, I think
sitting on Kane.
that might be an El Nene job.
Yeah. Someone will marshal him and just try and man mark him out of the game, which makes sense because obviously once Kane drops, Son will be off trying to run off on the shoulder. Yeah, we have to play. We have to win the game. So we have to play tomorrow. Obviously you don't go all guns blazing because you leave yourself open, but we have to win. So we will come at you. We have to.
So who would you like? We'll just go through like your
Yeah,
starting 11. We'll go with
yeah,
Arsenal starting 11, and then
yeah.
we'll cap it off with a
Combined.
combined.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Our
and
team,
see,
our team
we'll
picks
see what,
itself.
because you're always. I love when we do this combined thing because we're always at loggerheads on who we
Yeah,
can put in the team.
So
So
I was just on the Gal TV, so shout out Gal, and I did a combined, and we were quite respectful, and it was quite easy to pick. To be fair, 'cause I was
mm,
like, I'm just going to be open and honest. He was open and honest. We weren't just trying to throw people in for the sake of it.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah. I think that's a
it
big
was
thing.
quite easy. So
People will see
it
through
should
that.
it should be quite. We'll see. But in terms of
So
our
start
starting
with your
11.
starting 11. What's your starting 11
It
for the
picks
game?
itself. So obviously, Lloris in goal. We play with 3 centre backs. You got Eric Dyer in the middle. Uh, Ben Davis is the LCB. Romero is the RCB, which is left centre back, right centre back.
Mm.
As our left wing back, you'll have Young. Right wing back, you'll have Emerson Royale. We play 2 in midfield. That will be Højbjerg and Bentancur. Possibly Højbjerg sitting with Bentancur pushing a bit forward, but both will have to work defensively and offensively. And then the front 3 picks itself. Obviously, Harry Kane is your centre forward. Son on the left, Kulusevski on the right. That is the team that has played literally every game since.
Mm.
So that's it. It picks itself.
For us, as it's a no-brainer, as we know, it's Aaron Ramsdale. Many people at the beginning of the season, even Arsenal fans,
Yeah.
got onto him, but he's pretty much been a catalyst to the spirit that Arteta's wanted to have in the squad. And sometimes when you are picking players, it's not just about their playing style or whatever. Sometimes it is the characteristics of a player, and I feel like he's definitely added that. So you got Aaron Ramsdale. Now, the tricky thing for us is obviously we've got a problem with our left back, Kieran Tierney, being injured. And we've all seen Nuno Tavares that's been kind of more cold than hot He started off, quite decent, but the levels of being in Portugal and being in the Premier League is a gulf in itself. So all of a sudden now Tomiyasu's back, and he played the last game against Leeds out there as a left back. So possibly Arteta might look to go with that again, as Tomiyasu being ambidextrous, both-footed. He can play out there on the left, Cedric out there on the right. There is talks of Ben White, Benny Blanco, maybe making his way back from injury. If it's not Ben White, then it'll be Holden, who's done quite well deputizing. Gabriel's pretty much an ever-present, had a very, very decent, very, very good, I would say, season this so far. El Nene taking the spot of Thomas Partey, who's been injured, and there's talks of him making maybe a comeback to the last game of the season. But
okay.
I don't think they would want to risk it, because I question whether or not he's real Ghanaian, by the way.
He's always injured, man.
Because he is flimsy, man. He needs to be eating more banku and them hard food there. But El Nene will be replacing him. You got Xhaka, who's been he's had a really good season, to be fair, despite all of his shortcomings. You can see that when he doesn't play, there's a big, massive gulf, even to the point where Arteta made a mistake and playing him as a left back. You saw how much of a hole was left once Xhaka was missed out in the middle. Then moving, we've got Odegaard, who's been deputizing as captain when Lacazette doesn't play. And then you've got the Saka, Eddie Nketiah, who's been in a rich vein of form lately. So it begs a difference whether or not he should have been playing games when Lacazette was really, really struggling. And that's one thing that, a lot of people say that, Arteta doesn't have that good man management, but it's been twice that he's backed, our strikers. Aubameyang, when he was going through a mad patch of just not doing anything, he backed him. Lacazette, not scoring goals, he backed him. But if it was a case Arteta now decides that he doesn't want Lacazette, or he's got rid of Aubameyang, it's seen as though he wasn't able to, man manage these guys. So it just goes to show you the narrative, and sometimes the media just run away with certain things that's just not there. So Eddie Nketiah, and then on the left will be Gabriel Martinelli. So with that, as a combined 11 starting in goal.
Yeah, I'll give it to Ramsdale. I was saying this on the Gal stream. I still think Ramsdale started really well. There's been question marks in recent weeks, even maybe a month. He's been a bit shaky in some of the games. There's been goals that he should have saved. I still feel Lloris is the better keeper, but if we're talking this season, Ramsdale's definitely had the better season, considering when you add the context, first time playing for Arsenal, stepping up. He's definitely made that number one spot his own. So I'll give him that. So definitely I'd say Ramsdale over Lloris.
If we play fullback,
what formation are we doing, by the way? Because I'd say we just keep it 4-3-3, keep it simple.
4-3-3.
Yeah. So fullbacks, I would I would give it to Tomiyasu. Yeah. Because our right backs. The thing is, if Doherty had stayed injury free, it would have been a real battle between those two. Because Doherty has started to come into his own and is starting to make real progress in that right back slot. But I think
Tomiyasu's impact and him coming, and
hitting. No, I can't give it to Doherty for like 5 or 6 good games when so I have to give it to Tomiyasu on that side. On the left side,
you're going left. Okay, left side. You're going
the fullbacks. This is a sticky one for me because I don't feel any of the left backs have been really good, if I'm being honest, and that's for Tottenham and Arsenal. I'd probably give it to Turney but I don't really think any of them have been great.
What I would say, because he's injured, we can take him out.
Yeah. So if he's injured, it has to be Sessegnon then.
Yeah, over Ben Davis.
No, well, that's a good, because Ben Davis has been playing as a LCB. I don't know. That's a tricky. Well, no, actually, yeah. That's a good shout. And to be fair, I didn't think about this.
I'll put him ahead of.
Ben Davis definitely gets in there as a left back. Yeah, definitely. Ben Davis has been really good defensively. I know he's in a 3, so it does give him a bit of protection. But definitely Ben Davis there, 100%.
And Romero and Gabriel.
Yeah, Romero. No, I would say Romero and Ben White. I would definitely put Romero in there, but I just think because Romero and Gabriel are quite similar.
Yeah.
There's two, you know what I mean? Like you Yeah, it's two hotheads. You know what I mean? Like you need a yin and a yang. And I like Ben White. He's quite calm and composed. He reads the game well. He's good. He's a good defender. So I'd say Romero and Ben White personally.
For me, it's like I don't want to discount Romero. I think both defenders this season have shown their qualities, and they've shown that they're the defender that when another defender like a Ben White is next to them, he makes them better.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I think it could be a flip of a coin.
You can put Gabriel in. I mean, okay, all right. Let me put it this way: who do you feel is your best centre back out of Gabriel and Ben White, irrespective of
I'll say Gabs.
Put Gabs in then.
Yeah.
Gabriel over Romero all day. I don't know about that. To be fair, Romero's been very, very good this season. I'm not even saying that he has to be over. They can both go in. The only reason why I gave it to Ben White is because, like I said, it's just. But then, if we're just going for team, just pick the best players. So yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, the best players. We'll go for the best players. Yeah. Gabriel is a serious baller. Yeah, we know.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't say he wasn't. I just was trying to make it balanced.
Yeah, I think for the context of just as an 11.
Both go Gavin and Romero. That's cool.
Midfield, I think both teams have kind of struggled with the midfield a little bit. So it's just like it's a bit of a techie one.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tech. I'll go with my three first and see what you think. I'm gonna go for Partey. I think he's just been better than Højbjerg this year. I don't think Partey's been that great, but Højbjerg has definitely dropped off this season. Mm-hmm. So I'll give it to Partey as a DM. And then obviously if you've got two, I would say Odegaard and Bentancur. Let me know what you think of that one.
I agree with that. I would agree with that. Yeah. I think Partey's done enough.
Yeah.
I think once he came back from the African nations, he definitely did step up his level.
Yeah, he was good, and then he just got injured again. Do you know what I mean?
Just got injured, which is it's a very, very annoying. Bentancur's been, like he's come to the Premier League, and I know it's only for from January and stuff like that. So sometimes players do benefit in terms of not much being known about them.
Yeah, definitely. You can see what he's done in our midfield since he's come in.
He's come definitely for the purpose. His purpose is what he's definitely come for. So yeah, I agree with that. Front three.
I think that's quite straightforward, really. It's obviously Son is your left wing.
Yeah.
Saka is your right wing, and Kane as your centre forward. I think that speaks for itself.
You're not putting Martinelli in there, no?
Over who? Over Saka? Can't get in over Son. No fucking chance. Son's like
I'm playing with you, man. Hey guys, don't kill me out there. Don't kill me out there, man. That one is a done given. You got Pat's cousin Saka in on the right.
And the thing is, what's funny, Dash? When I said this on Igal, because obviously Igal is a big Arsenal YouTuber. When I said Saka, they was like, "Oh my god, you're putting him in." I was like, "I'm not stupid. Like I do feel Saka has been overrated by some of your fan base, but I do appreciate his qualities, and I know he's a good player. He's a very, very good player. I'm not going to not put him in. I don't have an agenda.
I think at the end of the season, when all the dust settles, you come to maybe some type of realization, and maybe just it's okay to take a step back, and be like, you know what, I got it wrong. But
I haven't got nothing wrong. I've always said he's a good young player. But I feel
overrated.
Overrate him, and when I'm hearing people say he's the best young player in the Premier League and all of this stuff, and I'm like, you still got Phil Foden, you still got other players that
I think when I hear things like that, I'm also just be like, look, man, there are the likes of Phil Foden and stuff like that. But what I can say is he's definitely in the conversations for
100%. He is 100%. And he might even win it this year. To be fair, If I said to a gal, because a gal goes, he's definitely going to win, and I said it gets a bit techie because if Man City win the Premier League, you're going to find it very difficult unless Saka's so clear. It's very difficult to not.
Do you know what it is? You see, with the likes of Phil Foden, I think already, and how talented he is, he's already been put up there with the older. You know what I mean? So it's like already like his golfing talent is showing and doing it for Man City, and obviously
I know, and that's what I was saying. I was saying the fact that he's getting into this Man City team week in and week out. I know they rotate now and again, but he's still pretty much one of their go-to guys, and he's producing. it'd be very difficult not for them to give it to him. And it's politics. I do get it, but I feel he will get it. But we'll see. You never know. If Arsenal get top 4 and you guys, you never know. Saka could get it. It's one of them ones.
Definitely. And let's just round it up now because, I think we both... the tone of this is a little bit of nerves. I can feel a little bit.
Come on, the game's so massive. Anyone that's telling you they're not nervous is just a liar at this stage.
Some excitement, though.
Yeah, it's one.
And I'm jealous because you're going to be there.
Yeah, massive. This is my first. Well, yeah, it is our first North London derby in the stadium. Anyway, I was going to say something stupid, but it's everyone's first North London derby in the stadium, unless you're one of the lucky ones to get
that charity game.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. So no, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be mad.
So obviously, you've said in terms of prediction wise, you said you feel that Tottenham's going to win.
I think it's going to be 3-1 to Tottenham. I think it's a bit of a mad one. I feel I'm hearing so many different. I don't know how it's going to go, if I'm being honest, but I do think we'll win by a 2-goal margin. I was going to try and break it down like this is going to happen, but it's a derby, innit? And you just don't know. So I do feel we'll win, but I feel that your naivety. Something tells me that your naivety of being in this situation, and I feel Kante will probably just get the better of Arteta on the night.
The way I thought about it was, you alluded to the fact that maybe scoring a goal or whatever. I think if we score first, being that you guys are at home, you're still gonna have that drive to push the team. I think under normal circumstances, if you was playing like a Brighton and you went a 1-0, there'll be more like groans and moans and maybe even the fans getting on the players back. But because it's against Arsenal, even if you go a goal down, you're gonna still be hearing, you're gonna be hearing your ugly voice in the crowd.
It's gonna be a cold and shouting. I can feel it. It's gonna be mad.
If I was to, because man,
Chelsea have just won 3-0. By the way, game's over. Lukaku scored the final goal for them.
So man, like Romelu.
I know, and he proper celebrated as well. By the way, like fully was like so happy.
He's been frustrated. I think next season, if he settles down and calms down, he'll do all right again.
Yeah.
I can't hide the fact, and I've been saying this to many of people. Like in terms of like who would win, I feel like Spurs will win. But if I was to kind of just give us anything out of the game, I'll go with a 1-1 draw. And if it was 1-1, I would take that. But I know that I would just be worried about going to Newcastle and the Evertons after that. So we do need to Arsenal do need to win this game. And if there was any time to kind of like to go there, and if you really want this Champions League, Arsenal, you've got to show up at White Hart Lane and take it. And this is the opportune time. 90 minutes ago.
Like you said, 90 minutes. If you don't win this game, you're done. That's it. Game over. But if not, then anything can happen after that.
Anything can happen, yeah. You're definitely back in there. And Bandicoot, once again, is just chiming in. Appreciate it, my bro.
That's fair enough.
2-2. My prediction.
I can't discount any. I've seen some Arsenal fans come with some wild stuff like Tottenham are gonna do this and that, and Arsenal beat them 3-0. And I'm like, wow, like you lot fully don't respect us. And it's like the fact that derbies never go like it's a bit mad. But
we've had the 4-4s, we've had the 5s, we've had some big games. But I think this one, because there's so much riding on it, everybody will be. But you've made some good points in terms of like how maybe in question the younger players that we have got the experience for it.
And I'm only questioning it because none of us know, innit? It's an untapped entity. None of us know. We haven't seen
either way,
Sometimes young players don't care. They have no fear. They haven't been here before. They're not jaded. They haven't been like Harry Kane and Heung-min Son that have been let down in semi-finals and finals. So they've got that bit of apprehensiveness. A young player can just come in like when Rashford hit the ground running, or even Danny Welbeck, or even your Sakas and your Mark, they just come out of the traps and there's nothing else to fear. They just get on with it. So you just don't know, innit? You don't know.
Boy, we're just gonna have to see. The
Yeah.
game is tomorrow night, guys. Listen, if you're not doing anything, that is a match to watch. If you're a non
Well,
Spurs and Arsenal
the
fan,
whole of the football world will be tuning in. I can feel it already. It's
100%.
such a big game, especially as it stands right now. It's not like no disrespect to like Leicester who are playing Norwich right now. It's a nothing game at the end of the season. This game means a lot to everyone, so I think everyone will be watching it, man.
Well, you with the suit, you're thinking that you're Patrick Conte, and you definitely dressed up for the occasion. We are going to see who will be the winner. There is so much on the line, guys. Pride, the bragging rights, and
Right,
I
and
mentioned it
obviously,
to you before. Like North London derbies really, really count when it's like this. When it's just like talking about if North London's red and if it's white,
it
it's
means
all
nothing.
funny in that.
Yeah, and you said it before, Dash. You're like, we've had North London derbies where it's like 6th versus 7th, and it means fuck all. You know what I mean? It's like, who might finish above, but it means nothing.
This means nothing.
Bragging rights, finishing above the other, but also the fact that there's a Champions League spot on the line. Jesus, you can't get better than this, unless it was obviously 1st versus 2nd fighting for the title. That's the only other way it would be just as exciting. So who knows? Hopefully, one day the progression of both clubs will get there. But yeah, man.
As much as in terms of our clubs, we don't really like each other. At the same time, we are dance partners in this. So without Spurs, there's no Arsenal. There's no Spurs. So we need this rivalry, and it's going to be a beautiful game. Our fingers crossed. If anything, above anything, no red cards, nothing
exactly.
like that.
I want to see 11 versus 11, and we see it go
man.
down.
I don't want to see anything like that.
Yeah, I don't want to see no bloodbaths and no Aggie bitty game, crunching tackles, people flying and going mental. I want to see a good footballing game, not just madness. So yeah, man.
And the last thing as well, man. Shout out to the fans, man. Shout out to the fans that are going to be going to the game as well, man. All we could just hope for, everybody in the name of football has a good time there, has enjoys the game, man. Like we said, not many North London derbies are going to be of this significance. I think the last time, if anything, in terms of Arsenal trying to go for the winning the league, and Spurs at the old White Hart Lane, it's probably excitable times. Even when Spurs beat Arsenal to the Champions League with the 1 point, I think Emre's last season as well. It wasn't as hyped up as it is now,
innit? Nah. It wasn't like so late in the season, and there wasn't so much riding on it, especially with how it panned out. This for me has been the biggest North London derby I can ever remember, like in terms of crunch time and what it means, and like it's crazy how it's all.
Guys and girls, listen, Patrick, Tyrant, young Swaggy Daniels is going to be your hookup in regards to any type of pre-match, vlogs, and maybe even during the game or definitely after the game. I know Patrick is quick on the beat when it comes to
I've been invited
reactions.
So many match reactions tomorrow, man. But
man. So make sure that you go onto his socials. As you can see there, it's there for you to see. Go and add him, like and follow all of his content. He's also where else can they find you?
Oh man, I'm here, there, and everywhere at the moment, man. So I'm part of the Coys, which is Come On You Spurs.com podcast team. Coys.com is a massive platform on Twitter. They've got a lot of followers. I'm on their pod squad, so I'm part of their team. We record typically every Monday. Sometimes it changes depending on the fixtures, but every Monday at 8:30. I'm also part of the Football Terrace family, and they do massive shows like the Top 6 show with Terry Fleurs, and we get loads of good pundits and podcasters on from all different teams. That's typically every Monday and Thursday, or Monday and Wednesday, depending on that. And then I just jump on other stuff like today, and whenever people have the decency or the courtesy to invite me on, then I'm obviously happy to oblige if the schedule fits and I jump on, man. So
I appreciate it, Pat, man. I know it's been a busy period for you in regards to the North London derby, and also, man, you didn't even plug out the Views TV official.
Of course, my main platform,
101. We just finished that one.
And Dash has been
100 shows, my bro. Congratulations.
Thank you.
100 and counting. For those that have not watched Views TV official, is just where pundits, normal, regular, guys and girls that come onto the show.
So literally, it's called Everyone's a Pundit from Views TV Official, which is it's always hard to get it when. Yeah, so Views TV Official, and essentially what it is that Semper, Leon Semps, my guy, my Cody, he wanted to bring essentially the WhatsApp group chat to life. We were always talking shit about football 24/7. He's like, why don't we just actually do this on camera, see how it goes? So it started with me, Semps, and Jason, and Jay Nova, Mr. Jason Alex. Shout him out. He's an Arsenal fan. So it was just myself, the Tottenham fan, Semper, the host, who's Man United, and Jason, Arsenal. And then as it grew and it started to become more popular, more people wanted to jump on. So the fact that it was called Everyone's a Pundit, we started reaching out to different pundits from different teams. And now we're quite a well-known platform. So it's quite easy for us to get. And we're really blessed and grateful. We get different people on each week. Dash is part of the family. He's been on loads of times. He was on our 100th show and even our 101 show. So Dash, just to show, he's literally on pretty much every other 3 or 4 weeks, which is really good. And then we just get all different fans on. We had Kendall Rowan, he's a huge Newcastle fan on. She was on the last time. Reels, big grime spitter, Man United fan. He's been on. We've had DJ Spoonie, obviously massive DJ, Liverpool fan.
Man, that was a good show.
Loads of names on. Rodri Giggs, obviously Ryan Giggs' brother, Man United fan. I could go on and on about all the type of people we've had on there. Really good football knowledgeable pundits and fans. And from Burnley to Brighton to Man City to Leicester, we try and get everyone on. We mix it up. Typically, obviously, you're going to get more representation from the bigger clubs, but we try and reach out to everyone, man. And it's a really good show. Everyone's a Pundit. Check it out. Follow me and I'll be able to point you towards the links and stuff. Or Dash will be able to point you towards it as well, as he's 100%.
The links will be in the description there. And I'm not just saying it because obviously Pat's my boy and all of that, but yeah, it's a really, really good show. Whenever he gives the back call, I'm there straight away. Exactly. I jump on, so it's no biggie. There's one last comment said more of this link up with Gerald. Gerald is usually on my Premier League show as well.
I know Gerald. Coach
G. Shout out to Coach G. He even said definitely that will be a sick link up right there. All three of us.
Sort that out, man. Sort that out. Or even. Send me. We'll chat. I'll get him onto Views. Might even get him on
100%, man. If you get him onto Views as well. What's that?
Who does he support in general? Like football?
He's a gooner.
Okay, cool. We'll get him on, man. We'll do a North London special this weekend. I'll get him on. So
100%. But man, with that being said, I don't think it's this chat has made me feel any. I thought, you know what, if I get Pat and I start giving him a bit of banter and that, it's gonna make me feel better. But
sorry, just like KDB scored 4 goals.
Oh Lord God,
he's gone crazy. That's mad. And he ran off doing that.
On the way to winning the title, bro.
KDB stepped up today, boy.
Yeah, you what you saying? Play the season?
Nah, he can't be player of the season. For me, player of the season this year, you know what? Obviously, the whole narrative early on was Salah, wasn't it? When he was going crazy,
but he's
tied up. You know what? You have to hit me up in a couple of games. We'll see what happens, man. Because I don't know, man.
It's a tricky. I don't think there's been any standout guys.
Yeah. Like, because even for me right now, I'd put Son above Salah. Like in terms of actual play. Yeah. And obviously, but Salah was running away with it at one point. I know he's still got the most goals and assists, but if we're being real, he hasn't had a good performance in a while now. Mane stepped up recently for Liverpool.
But the narrative is always for Salah's. He's the poster guy, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
I mean, so it's very difficult.
Conversations need to be had there because he hasn't been good for quite a while, if we're being fair.
Yeah, since the AFCON.
That's it.
Dipped. But Pat, I appreciate you, my bro. You are grinding out there first and foremost. You're doing your thing out there, man. So once again, for those that are not familiar with Patrick, Tyrant, Young Swaggy Daniels, one of the hosts of Views TV Official, please go and add him, follow. Tell him that Dashiki Dash sent you over there. Shout out Sam, shout out Coach G and everyone that's watching on the socials, YouTube and everything like this. Obviously, it's live,
man, because I've seen him. It's a great shout.
Yeah, man. I'll give him a shout, man. I'll tell him.
We'll sort that out. That is a good
sort that out. But listen. Enough of the niceties. Tomorrow it's gonna be game time. Come on, Arsenal! Come on, you Gunners. Pat, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Until the next time. Obviously we'll do a recap as much
Yeah,
as
well,
possible.
yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're free for views, we'll try and get you on.
Yeah. We'll do that.
I actually, because it's been so hectic, but I want to do like a North London derby special like we did last time. Probably get 3 Gooners, maybe 4 and 4, 3 and 3, maybe with Semps as a host. I don't know. We'll think about it, but yeah,
we'll
definitely get you on as well.
As
So,
painful it could be for either one of us,
mate,
you know, we
gotta
don't shy away.
We've got to bash the content out. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, Bandicoot, shout you out. You've been in the comments going hard.
Yeah, man. Appreciate Bandicoot as well, man.
Adding some quality to the chat. It's always good when people get involved in the thing because it's organic and obviously we're just going off what you guys are saying. So it makes 100%. It a better stream. So yeah, love.
All right, Pat, man. Until the next time, hopefully on Friday, it's an Arsenal celebration.
Well, I took Friday off work. I told my boss, listen, it's such a big game. I'm either going to be
go into work, man.
Or celebrating, but either way, I'm not coming into work. He laughed because I had the day off, man.
Yeah, I'm at work and obviously I'm coaching kids, so you know the kids are gonna have banter if we lose. So
it's gonna be peak. It's gonna be very peak for one, unless it's a draw, which is no good for us anyway. But it's gonna be very peak for one side in North London tomorrow, man. So yeah.
All right. Well, showtime tomorrow. Until the next time, guys. Peace.